What is up, everyone? StonePost34 bringing you a regular commentary. By the way, I have not played Modern Warfare 3. I played 3 games, actually, on my sub account. That's the account that I was doing the Road to Commander. I don't know what happens in this gameplay. I pulled it out, I saved it. It's pretty good gameplay, so it's hard to have a bad game on Dome. So anyway, these videos have been going up on YouTube. They're actually pretty good. I mean, for the most part, some of the big guys talk about stuff that, I don't know, it's okay. I don't know, it fills the void, I guess. But talking about money, and CNanners put up a really good video, and I know some people hate on CNanners, calling them Mr. Rogers' neighborhood of YouTube gaming, but you know what? He's got a talent. He's a genuine guy, and yeah, I kind of look up to the guy. Woody did one. Just watched that one. Watched one. Aviator did one last night. That was pretty good as well. And then I guess Wings did one. I didn't watch that one. Haven't seen it. I have to probably go back and look for it. But anyway, I figured, you know, the commonality here is some older gentlemen that could probably give you an idea about money. So I thought I'd give you my theory on money. And I got to tell you, the theme through this, there's a couple. The first one is, and this is, I live by this. I firmly believe that money makes you more of what you already are. So, say you're the nicest person in the world, loving and caring. You are going to use more money to share it, to give it away, to work with charities, to do all sorts of different things. So, if you're a jerk, you're going to continue to screw people out of more and more money to get more money. You'll never be satisfied. You know, if you're an alcoholic, you're going to drink more. If you're a gambler, you're going to gamble more. So I guess the point in that is money is just, it's a catalyst, I think, to life. It is not the end-all, be-all of happiness. I have numerous people in my life, and that has nothing to do with money. Actually, 2 of them cost me a lot of money, my kids. But those are the things that make you happy. Those are the intangibles. You know, a good way to figure this out is to leave your life for a week. Go somewhere where no one knows you. Take a trip. And that will tell you what's important in your life, what you miss in your life. It may be your parents. It may be a girlfriend. It may be a boyfriend. It may be a sibling. It may be sports. It may be Modern Warfare 3, but I doubt it. You know, there are several things about life that you can be happy with that don't involve money. Now, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek in my life and how money, my theory on money. This is another one besides money can't make you happy. It'll only make you more of what you already are. You know, I got to tell you, my dad paid for my college, so I didn't have any student loans coming out of college. I did rack up some continuing ed and other, because I took other classes, and some other debt. And when I first went out on my own, moved out of the house and all that, a little bit of debt there. Let's fast forward a little bit when I met my wife. When I met my wife, I had begun my real estate career. I sold real estate, and you know, I did okay. I wasn't killing it. I wasn't slaying it, so to speak. But I was making enough money to live off of, but not to live above and beyond where I thought I should. That's youth. But so I racked up about $7,000 or $8,000 in unsecured credit card debt. And full disclosure, if you guys are gonna get in a relationship, I don't think if you meet a girl out and about, that's the first thing you tell her. But you gotta let her know pretty early on in the relationship, or the guy if you're dating a guy. But you gotta let them know financially, because if you don't, finances are pretty key to a lot of relationships. Not saying that people look for money, but it can cause undue stress in the relationship. So anyway, I leveled with her. She had a little bit of debt too. She had a condo that she sold, and she paid off some of her debt. And with my debt, we just kind of went through, and back then they gave you like these 0% credit cards for 18 months. And we moved all the debt to that credit card, and then paid it off. because the interest payments on revolving lines of credit, they'll eat you alive. Stay away from them if at all possible. And I know there's emergencies where people can't stay away from them, but please stay away from them. So we get married, buy a house, bought our first house. We actually still have it. Bought our first house, had one car at that time with car payment, and that was mine. And we got that paid off, and then bought her a new car. She wrecked it. Actually, she was very fortunate. She totaled it, and we got that paid down. So if you saw my video with my new car, where I was kind of doing a little X-Jaws action, the reason we bought it is because I only want to have one car payment at a time. I still have my 2003 Camry. It's a great car. I drive it every day to work. My wife has a Ford Explorer, Eddie Bauer. It's paid off. And I guess where I'm going with this is the way I see money is I don't ever want it to control my life. And what I mean by that is I don't want to ever have to be, to a point where I can't do something, not because I don't have the money, but because I have to spend the money on some sort of debt that I've incurred, which typically would not be in my life had I not made a poor decision. So I only have one car payment. Though I could have gone probably about 3 or 4 years without any car payment, but I decided I didn't want to have 2 car payments. So if that makes any sense. Now our house, we live in a modest house. Well, I say modest, it's an average house. It's a middle of the range. I'm not going to tell you how much it's worth. But it's not, we could afford a much, in fact, when we went to the bank, they told us we could afford 40% more than what we paid for our house. And the same reason there again, I don't want to be to a point where I can't do things because I have to make this mortgage payment. We also I pay an extra $200 a month on my mortgage. And that's the same thing. We have a plan that we want to build a dream house in about 15 years when my kids are out of high school and or buy one. We don't have to build it. And I want this house paid off, and it will be paid off in 16 years if I continue to make this extra $200 a month. I'm sharing a lot of information here. At the end, I'll give out my social security number. No, I'm just kidding. But then, Woody talked about educational savings. This is what I did. My daughter, my oldest, just is going to turn 10 in August, and my youngest just turned 7. What I did with, my wife and I did, the day they were born, well, maybe the day or two after, we mailed it in to a 529 plan, a college savings plan. We mailed $1,000 in. And since then, every month, we pay $100 towards their account for college. So that's $1,200 a year, dollar cost averaging. Both of them have around, Mackenzie, she's around $14,000, and my youngest, Hayden, she's around I think it's $8,000. Markets, it was a lot higher in 08 before the market took a huge dive. So college is going to be there for them. We're in Kansas, you can go to college pretty reasonably. I know some of these, if they want to go to med school or something, some special school, they're going to have to make up the difference. That's going to be their choice. So anyway, another point. I don't want to get to the point when my kids are going to be in college or headed to college where I have to go and take out a huge loan to pay for their college. So anyway, guys, that is kind of my theory on money. Do not get in debt to a point where you cannot do what you want to do. And remember, money makes you more of what you really are. If you're a good person, if you're a gracious person, you're going to be the greatest, most incredible person you can imagine. If you are the biggest jerk, alcoholic, gambling douche, you're going to continue to do that. So that's my thoughts on money, and go check out the other guys' videos, and take care as always, guys. This is Stonepost 34.